I'm not making that mistake again. Will you be my friend? 'Cause I need a lover right now. Hold me in that bed. Tell me secrets no one else knows about. Baby, in the end, lovers seem to come and go. If I don't hold too tight, maybe you'll never have to let go. All right, good morning. Happy Wednesday, happy every day. A little bit of relief going on in Afghanistan. I mentioned it, sources were 100% accurate. So we can still depend on our military forces. We can't depend on our politics. We're definitely our military forces. So that's the good news. So looking at the markets, we're still wanting to climb back up, huh? Okay. So SPY wants to keep going up. Okay. Bitcoin isn't really going that much higher right now. Doesn't mean it can't. But, I just show you guys what I see. So SPY hit all-time highs, right? And then it surprised me, and it's still climbing. However, it is Wednesday, right? And trust me, I'm trying to be optimistic on this because a bullish market is always better than a bearish market. And excuse me if I sound cloggy right now, my allergies suck. So, if you look at this top line here at 453.45, I'm seeing a similar. Let me turn you down a little bit. All right. Jeez. I'm seeing a similar pattern, right? So we had this huge buy opportunity. Huge buy right through here. Actually had two of them. But let's say you saw this one first. Okay. It went all the way up. And then there was a little bit of a pullback. And then it went up again. However, it's hitting some resistance. So I'm going to be very interested in how this is going to play out today. Okay. So I'm going to play optimism on the bull side real quick. I'm going to throw out a number that is probably going to mind boggle some of you. If we decide that we are going to be bullish, right? That means we're going to be rocking and rolling through September, possibly October, making these new all-time highs. I'm putting a number out there. SPY to 500. What? SPY to 500. Okay? So, let that sink in. Hey, I could be wrong. But if we are still in this bullish pattern, that's what I see from my numbers. Now, bearish. Let's get back to realism. Okay, let's get off this big chart here. Let's go to a smaller chart. Realism. 453.56 is a pretty strong resistance. That's what we're seeing on the line. So if we can't break that, we might retest 442. Okay, so it really depends if the market wants to go strong bull right now, or if it does want to go bearish, 442 is what I see for support. If it breaks that back down to 436, of course we don't want to see that if we're bullish people. Let me see if I find any other time frames that are giving us any support. Yeah, so that's a pretty critical support, 450 zone. We break that, 447. Yeah, kind of same thing. So that's my outlook for SPY. Now let's go to VIX to see if VIX is rendering a bounce yet. So on my trend momentum, I still have it down. So we have a little divergence play happening here. And we see that we're also rendering a buy. Okay, so this could be a place that sellers, or this is a take profit zone, maybe that could be happening. So definitely something I'm looking at, right? And if that is the case, then we are going to see SPY very bullish. Now, it does look like on this chart here, let me pop it up for you guys. This chart here that we could go down all the way down to 22 now, right? Because you can see on VIX, we've been on this downtrend. Obviously, it's VIX, right? But I mean, the way I see all stocks through these indicators is the same way, right? They don't get no special treatment. So you can see it's rejected this very critical mid zone, this VWAP through here, right? At 35 once, at 31, and then if it went back up again, it would have another area of 29, right? So it's definitely been going downtrend. If we see a pullback happen on the market, that would be what we would watch for, is that 29.57. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. So if we break, meaning we go past this price at 25.15, then we might see 22 for VIX. Okay, very important. Now, some levels I'm looking at, of course, this is 25. Another one is 25.34. That's a pretty key level too. And let's see if it can really push over 26 if we are indeed going into a nasty market today. We'll see. Okay, so let's check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, it's kind of slowed down a little bit, right? Some people in my group are speculating it's going to go to 44,000. I always like to look back and see if there was any real, noticeable bounce that makes sense, or maybe they're right. And a lot of the guys that have been using the algorithms are getting more accurate with their predictions. They're analysts. They're finally figuring out how to use them, and I'm proud of them for it. So 43.6 is kind of a zone that definitely, if it broke, that would be nasty for Bitcoin. That would be nasty for crypto, period. Right? And I can't even remember the last time we tested that line, right through here in July. So if we broke that same line again, which is much higher though, but if it broke past this, down to 34,000, of course, you long guys don't want to see that, and that would not be good. So we are in the green. Okay, it looks very similar to how that VIX chart looked, where we're showing this downtrend on the bands, and this is showing resistance to this mid zone. So if we could break past 47,800, let's put it that way, because it's so quick. 47.8, then I see 48,000, and if it holds above 48,000, which is a pretty strong resistance that we're finding out, then we can start rolling up on the 50,000s, but not quite there yet. Okay, and it's still potentially, it could drop again. That's why you can even look on the bands how it looks like it's aiming towards that 43,000 mark, but we'll see. So yeah, that's my Bitcoin for now. And I think that settles that debate right there. Yeah, 48,000. Okay. So if this does hold at the 46,000, then 48,000 is resistance. And if it breaks that, 49,050. So it's still in that like range area. We don't want that, right? If we want a real breakout, we need a nice drop, consolidation, and then a pop. Okay, so this is just still showing a little bit of a downtrend. All right, so if we go to Tesla, because I gotta mention Tesla. Tesla had a little drop again. It is showing bullish on this chart. 526, that was a level that we were looking at before. So we have popped above that level. Now, mind you, right, and this is where a lot of guys get lost in the sauce. Mind you, that we have broken past this level. We are now in the red bands. And when we're in the red bands, just as we were in the green bands, that's an 80% chance of the price going down. Okay? 80%. So this could be sellers getting ready to drop this thing anytime they wanted to now. Because now they have that momentum on their side if they want it, right? Now, however, breakouts tend to happen in these little zones too. So we would like to get into a lower zone so we don't get into the rat race like everyone else. Now, if you're playing options, you have to look at the bands on a smaller chart to see if there's a better, green zone that you might find, right? And there's a little green zone down here, and it might want to retest 724 for another shot for Tesla to go up. Do I think overall Tesla is still bullish? Oh yeah, I do. We're talking about Elon Musk. This guy has a lot of money. He's not going to let his stock falter. I would not see that. That's just not going to happen. So we can look realistically though. 423. If we break past that, then maybe it needs to grow some more momentum, and maybe it'll try popping up again. Sipping my coffee. So yeah, that's where I see with Tesla. So let's do the min max for it, the minimum and max for the price for today. The min is 703, and then the max, we'll give it a little share, 748. So 748, if it wants to keep climbing up, 748 would be a level I would probably want to exit. All right, MU, we nailed it on Friday, and so far that was the best trade. I'm talking, it was probably one of these trades here. Maybe it was this one. It was on Friday. I'd have to go all the way back, and I'm too lazy to do that. But you can see there's clear rejections happening off this 74.54. Okay, so we're running into a little wedge squeeze that's happening. If we wanted to do a quick little analyst on this, we could just mimic the line or mimic the bands, right? And let's just say, theoretically, if it held above this middle zone and did something like this, right? When would we actually see a potential breakout? Well, because we're doing this, we got this horizontal line for us. I don't see a date. Oh, wait. Of course. I still don't see a date. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's just not able to render yet. That's odd. Right. Well, sometime in this area, we could see a breakout happen. Let me see if I can go into another chart and it will actually give me a date. Oh, there we go. So September 2nd, which is tomorrow. All right, so let's see what happens here. I'll even post charts in the Discord and see if it actually did do this silly little wedge that we see. But that's where I would look for a possibly breakout happening for MU. Okay, and if it breaks over 740 or 74.54, then we're going for that $80. Yep. And if it doesn't, if it breaks this wedge at all, for whatever reason, then we're going to go much lower. Okay, that's when you really want to get out of MU. Okay, I can't stress that enough. And it's still showing bearish until it passes through that wedge, and that has not happened yet. So let's go to AMC, because AMC was really beeping and bopping, and it has been, right? But interesting enough, okay, hold on. These are sort of live, right? Like, I haven't even seen this chart this morning, so this is the first time I'm seeing it. So I can see why it rendered a sell on the NSE at the 48 zone, because it's entering that red band zone, right? So we actually see another profit taking area that happened right through here as well, right? A massive wick sell, or probably a buy for a sell, basically, right? So we have the 48.28 definitely being that resistance. So if we break above 48.28, then it's a question of, does it want to climb, or is it going to consolidate in this zone and then drop again, right? Those are things we like to look for. to be realistic, right? Because as soon as a price goes up and it starts moving up for a while, people will just think it's going to go up forever. I mean, that's not how it works. So if it wants to keep testing this level at 48 and it gets through 48, I see 50 possibly today for AMC. And if it really wants to push 53, is 53 even viable? Uh, kind of. That would be a pretty big push though, for real. But yeah, we got resistance here at 48.53. We got our support there at 46.71. Anything lower than that, I wouldn't mess with AMC. So Disney, a user mentioned it, and I can't stress enough, guys, if you see something that you want me to talk about this morning, you got to mention it to me, okay? Because I'm pretty good at saying pretty. No, for real. But I'm pretty accurate with these things. So, which you guys will all be, whoever wants to buy these algorithms and be like me, you can definitely do that. So, 183.15. I got lines already plotted on Disney because I'm not getting wasted on Disney, man. Because Disney has been screwing me left and right, just with its very high volatility and whipsawing. It just hasn't been a fun stock to trade, and you have to time your entry like perfect. So even this right here, like even though it's over the line, I still don't trust it. So just because it's so overbought right now. So if it does want to climb over 183.15, then we could see 185. We'll just say 190, right? Because after that, we're gonna go into a nice breakout, and it's gonna hit 190. But do not play this thing unless it gets over 183 or it retraces back down. Let me see the next support for it. 180 would probably be the last support. Let me see. Let me go to a higher time frame. That's why. See, that's why. Because we're crossing between these two different algos. So 187.88. If it wants to break out 190 and then it might reject again, and then Disney might really drop. If it doesn't, like I said, just check these numbers out here, okay? I've already plotted them for you guys, so just check those out. 173 at the lowest, 178 has been our kind of mid zone, and then 183 over that, then we're going to see 190. All right, that was way too much about Disney. So let's go to AMD. AMD had a little bit of a pullback, bounced off the VWAP, this VWAP here. Yep. And let's see, we have resistance at 114.77. And you can see another little resistance area at 111.38. So I'm going to say if we can get above 111.70, I'm actually going to put a alert on this today, and just so we can get the alert in the server and be ready to play it. So 111.75, if we get above that, we're definitely playing AMD today. So let's see if we can find another good. Oh yeah, that's pretty. The reason why I say that's pretty is everything is kind of agreeing. The bands are kind of moving up nicely. The short bands are kind of moving up nicely. So as long as we just stay in, if we can get above 111, that's what I'm looking for. Then we see 120, we see 130. This is kind of long term though. 145, 150 possible zones. So max right now today for AMC, if it does get above 111, is 122. And then below would be 101 as the pretty much the stronghold support. And then after that, it's no bueno for AMD. All right, we're getting down to the last of these tickers. And BABA has definitely been nasty, been dropping a lot. But, I'm seeing a little divergence through these bands. I'm seeing a big squeeze happening. BABA might not be a bad play. It might not. It just depends on how they're going to play it, though. So 170.28. That's the number. 170.28. Don't play it unless it gets above that number. If it does, be prepared to go into a squeeze play. And when that happens, it's going to move fast. So that's the number I would look at, 170.28. Gets above that, look at 185 as a level that could be a profit-taking area. Oh, yeah. This thing's definitely squeezing. This could be a huge play today for BABA. Big play. I would definitely pay attention to BABA. All right. So 185, that would be my max today. And again, if it gets, below 169, get rid of it. All right. Do I want to look at PLTR real quick? No. No, I don't. No, I don't. I hate this stock. Next one. Do I want to look at this one? Okay, so the users are picking up some stocks that they're finding using the algorithms, right? So they're finding these things all the way in the green bands, right? Listen, pay attention here. Look, see right here in the green bands. So that's what they're finding, these levels and stuff. They're like, dang, this is in the green bands. Link said it's goes up. 80% chance to go up. So I'm gonna pay attention to these, and then they bring them to my attention. So let's see what's going on. So we got a resistance here at 69.33 for SAVA. Currently, it's at $56. Yep, you can definitely see there was a sell at 61. Anytime I see a rejection like that at 61, then I know that it has to break through 61 too as a strong resistance. Okay, so I got it down here at 61. 61 would actually be the level that I would wait to get into the entry. I would not get into the entry right now. And a lot of people have problems doing that, right? They want to get in at the lowest, but sometimes getting in the lowest is the riskiest, because just because it is low doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go up higher than the previous time. It might just drop again and go lower, which we see here. Okay, just putting it out there. If you look here, if SAVA does decide that it wants to go lower, right, there's another entry point at $35. Okay, that's nasty. You see what I'm saying? Look at the different levels here. Okay, you have 68 and you have 39. If you're a seller, you're going to make more profit, right? Or if in the market makers or whatever, you're going to make more profit selling this thing than you would buying it. I would say if it got above 67, then that's where there's a bigger ceiling for the buyers, right? So this is definitely going to be some kind of consolidation squeeze that's going to happen. Maybe this price will get, or the bands will get down through here, okay, and we might see a cross happen. But this is kind of risky, in my opinion, with SAVA. It's risky because if you are wrong, man, you're going to get burned on it very quick. So I would definitely watch out playing SAVA. Again, though, if it gets over 61, you can take a little bit of profit. Like I said, maybe 69, get a few bucks, couple bucks, but get out if that thing starts looking like it's going to reject on you. Okay, FDX, another one from the users. And I think did it have a gap up this morning? A little bit of a gap up this morning. Okay. All right. And they're kind of the same thing. They've been showing the green bands. Now, it's okay. Look, you guys, you're learning. You're showing me stuff in the green bands. That's great. But let's make sure that thing's on an uptrend. Okay. Because we've been on a downtrend. So we need a reversal happening here in the green bands, right? So let's see on a 10-minute if we can find better evidence. Okay, so you can see, right, if this thing drops below the VWAP again, it's going to go lower than previous, right? It's really going to drop. So this is kind of sketchy right now. Am I seeing any buy opportunity? Okay, so it's 264.85. Can I see? Can I plot a line there? Oh, can't plot lines. That's awesome. So I would wait till 269.30. This is where more activity was to get into this trade. Or I'm sorry, not 269, 266.35 more activity through here. And when it gets above 269, then you got a little window at 272. But just remember that this is still on a downtrend. Okay, so this does not necessarily mean that it's going to start going up in a bullish, on the bullish side yet. So be careful with this one. All right, last one. We made it to Fiverr, which is just a great company, by the way. I love Fiverr. I use them a lot because I suck when it comes to doing websites. Now, it looks very similar to that SAVA chart, right? It's showing kind of the same, a little bit more bend on the bands, possibly. And what I'm talking about is I want to see this start to happen, right? Because if that's happening, that means we're going to make new highs. But if it keeps dropping down more, then we're going to make new lows. So those are really important when in my analysis. And I see 179.42 being a possible level of support that needs to hold over that for us to test this $200, right? So 200 and 144, again, it's kind of in the middle. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's showing sell on my 10-minute Nessie. So, and it looks like it needs to hold support over 180. So if it holds over support over 180, you might be able to get, $20, move off it, possibly $5 after it's all said and done when the market opens, if it's still continually bullish. At 200, yeah, that's that resistance I'm seeing. So, yeah. And that's it for the ticker analysis. Now, one thing I just wanted to mention, a lot of people hate Robinhood, right? I don't use Robinhood. I think they're garbage, but we need them, okay? I'm going to explain why. Robinhood was basically the game changer for retail traders. When Robinhood came in, they started doing something that no other brokerage was doing, which was offering zero commission for trades, which was just unheard of, right? And that was awesome because now we're saving a $7, a $7 fee, if you will, or almost $10 fee, playing trades like back in the day. So you had to make more profit right off the get-go. So it's awesome that Robinhood opened that up, because then all other brokerages started doing the same thing. Okay, well, if you guys haven't been reading the news, Robinhood's kind of under the microscope with SEC. If SEC does shut down Robinhood, right, or force them to change something, I think it's something with the order fills. I'll have to do some more research. But if they change something with Robinhood, they could possibly bring back commission. Okay, so we gotta just keep that in mind. All right, if we hear anything about like Robinhood and getting shut down or anything like that, we gotta pay attention, because that could be nasty. Just because everybody's so used to not paying commissions, and then now paying commissions, that would be bad. So that's all I got for today. We like to do it. You like to rock out with some music. I get it. Yeah, it's my favorite song. Now, for real, go subscribe, hit the notification. None of you told me what kind of coffee you like, so I don't have to be Santa for Christmas and get you guys coffee. Huh. But on the real, you guys have a good day, and I'm out.